Okay, so we're going to go to Pages and go to StructureScan. This is down imaging right here. If we hit Menu, we've got our view. We can change between the right side only, so that's the side imaging, left side, left and right, and then our down imaging. Now, what I like to do is, again, turn the auto range off. In this case, again, I'll set it to 30 feet. Frequency, you have two options. You have 455 and 800. 455, it's the same thing, kind of like the 83 kilohertz on our fish finder. It'll give us a much wider view and you'll pick up more. 800 will be a little bit more detailed. So just depending on what you're doing, you know, if you want to stay on a weed line, I find the 83 to be better. If you're drop shotting or something like that, the 455 is better for the weed line. If you're drop shotting, the higher detail is better, I find, because you'll see bottom structure and fish in a little bit more detail. First thing I like to do is just come in here, and again, noise rejection, I turn that off, and surface clarity, both of those off as well. Now there's a pretty important setting in here, flip left and right, and let me just put it back to our side scan. So go to advanced. When you put your transducer on, you can mount it with the cable coming off right close to the transom or further away from the transom. So you're basically turning your transducer 180 degrees and in effect flipping the left and right. So if I turn that on, what'll happen is my left side will be on the right and my right side will be on the left and vice versa. So in this case, I don't need to use that feature because of the way I've mounted my transducer, but sometimes you need that. Easiest way to check is just drive by a boat ramp or, you know, some other structure and see which side it shows up on. If it's to your right and it's showing up on the left, you know, just activate that feature and you'll be all set. You can put these range lines on too, just to give you a gauge on how far off you are from the structure. Personally, I don't use that. The color palettes, this one here, number 6, is probably one of the best. 9 as well is very good. Now you're not seeing a lot of detail here because we're not moving, so it's going to be you know, fairly weak in the detail department on the side imaging right now. You can see though, as I switch to that 455, it does pick up a lot more further out to the side especially. Contrast, that's like your sensitivity. I turn that off from auto, and around there is where I'd have it set. And again, you have your source. You can select between the units, whatever you'd like to see. So if you're on the bow of the boat, you want to look at the side imaging, you can select, you know, you'd have your other unit, your HDS 9 Gen 2 you'd see on here. You can select that and then see your side imaging from the back of the boat on the bow while you're fishing. Really, the biggest thing you're going to use is, you're going to change as you go through the day, is your palette. You can kind of play with these, you know, all have a time and place. But like I say, 6 and 9 seem to be the best for me. Now if we go to our down imaging here, again, same settings, so there's really not much else to go through there. You can kind of just play around with that until you're happy with it. And again, if you want to change your overlays, same thing on this screen. It's all through the power button and just going in to edit your overlay. So even if you want to just move these around, set them up however you like. You can even go analog on some. That's helpful if you have some gauges, you know, connected to your motor. But that's basically it. So that's how you're going to set up your StructureScan. There's not too much to setting that up compared to your Sonar, and there's not too much you're going to be playing with on that compared to your Sonar. That's pretty much, once it's set, it's set.